Fishing, golf. Well, what are you planning on doing once you retire?
Well, Clay, I think there comes a time, and I'm gonna be 65 years old here soon, and I've been here 5 years, and it's been just really great for the PSJA school district to give me this opportunity, and it's going really fast. But in 5 more years, I'll be 70 years old, and I've got a bucket list of things that I'd like to get done, and I need to go home and be the husband. Maybe I've been going for 42 years coaching, and be a father and a grandfather, and take care of a lot of things that I'd like to get done. Football is a very time-consuming, coaching football to do a good job, and it's becoming more and more stressful. And so I made a decision. I think this year there's several things that happened that told me, now's the time. We've got a great group of kids coming up for the new coach coming in. We've got an outstanding freshman group and a great 8th grade class behind them. And I think the PSJA North is a great situation. But now's the time for me to hang up the old cleats and go home and do things maybe I've never had time to do.
Did you get a lot more time to think about making that decision this last week when you guys were idle, when you had to buy and you just waiting to see what was going to happen?
I think it was 10 weeks before that.
Okay.
It did me, and this is a very, very tough district. And, our kids, I was really proud of our kids. I think they played hard. We were 5 points away actually from being district champs because we lost 2 points in game number 9 and lost by 3 points in game number 10 when either one of those games were in the playoffs. And, the ball just didn't bounce in our direction the last couple of weeks. But PSJA has been a great experience for me, and the PSJA schools have been very, very good to me, and I'm very appreciative of them. And I guess the most important thing has been the opportunity to reconnect with the coaches in the Rio Grande Valley. That's really been thrilling for me again to get to know all the coaches, and to reconnect with the teachers and the student athletes here at PSJA has just been outstanding as well. So I feel really good about what we've done here, and I feel real good about now's being the time for me to move on and hang up the old cleats.
Well, you came out of retirement once before to take this job. You think retirement will stick this time? You think this is it? You think your itch has been scratched?
Actually, I came out of retirement twice,
Yeah.
but I think maybe the third time's a charm. I think realizing that I'm 65 years old, and it's always the same looking out when you're looking at the kids or looking at people, but when I look in the mirror, I see an old man, and I think I think I need to hang it up at this time and go on and do the things I'd like to do.
What will be your fondest memories? I think of this stint here, of this last 5 years that you've had here with the Raiders. What will you remember most? What will you take with you out of the many stops you've had? What will you remember about this one?
I think when I took this job, I had been out for a year, and I told the coaches coming in that I didn't come here with any agendas. I didn't come here to change anybody's life. I didn't come here to fire anybody. I came here to coach kids, have a good time, and laugh a lot. And that's what we did. The first year, we had a great time. We beat Harlingen in Harlingen. We were district co-champs. Ended up with an 8-4 season. We lost a couple of games early, and the kids made a great comeback. I think that first year and the fun we had will stick for a long time. As you go through the years, then I guess you get back to your old personality, get back to your old stressful self, and I guess the job just becomes more stressful as you go along. But the first year and then the second year, the 11-2 season where we went to the Alamo Dome, and I think going to Eagle Pass, me losing the flip to Eagle Pass, not really knowing where Eagle Pass was, and then finding out it was such a long trip, but it was a great game out there. We came from behind, way behind, and won the ball game, and then going to the Alamo Dome the next week. Those will be very, very fond memories.
You're staying on as athletic coordinator through the rest of the school year. Will you have some input into who the next head coach is of the Raiders?
I don't know about that, Clay. I've asked to be on the selection committee in case that coach has any questions about personnel or about the student athletes, or about facilities, or about the way things have been done in the past. But I'd like to be here to introduce the new coach to the kids because these kids are special. We got a special group of seniors coming up next year, and we got a great group coming up from underneath. So I'd like to be there, to help with the banquet and to help. I want to really improve our track program in the spring. So I want to see all those things finished as I complete the year.
What do you think? What will you be looking for? What does PSJA North need in its next athletic coordinator and head football coach? what is it you think is a certain characteristic that will make a good fit here and will be good to take over?
You know, Clay, I think change is good, and I think after 5 years, any program needs to be rejuvenated and restarted. And I think enthusiasm, coming in with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of high energy, young person is going to fire this place up, and I think it'll be a lot of success here in years to come. But when I talked to our principal yesterday, I told her, you know, you're the one who needs to start thinking of the profile of the type of coach that you want that will fit in here. So I don't think that's necessarily my call, but I think that's the administration's call to fit the profile of the coach that they want to come in here and take over PSJA North.
I mean, you have to think that this is it's going to be a highly sought after job. I mean, ever since I've been here in the Valley for 10 years, and every year I've been here, PSJA North's been a winning program, and they've done great things. I would imagine you're expecting quite a list of people to come in and apply for the job.
I would think that the PSJA North is an excellent job. I think we've got a great group of kids. We've got great facilities. Our superintendent, Dr. King, does a tremendous job with facilities, and he's very athletic minded. He really works well with the athletic programs and with the athletic coordinators in our school district. So I think it will be a high sought after job, and and I hope that maybe some things are considered from within the program. So we'll see what the administration decides to do.
As you retire, you leave behind quite a legacy, not just necessarily here, and of course all the kids you've touched, but the coaching tree, all the different coaches who have coached with you, who are now head coaches in the Rio Grande Valley and elsewhere, and even your son at the University of Houston. When you look at all the guys who have learned from you and are now teaching other kids and bringing up, making other kids into young men at football programs, that has to feel good.
I think that's one of the great rewards that we have from coaching is the kids, and then the lives that we do touch in the coaching profession, and being able to be a mentor to a lot of young coaches, and so many of them have gone off and become very successful head coaches. Some in the Valley and some in Central Texas, and some of them won state championships. Jerry Vance at Liberty Hill coached with me in San Marcos. He won 2 state championships at Liberty Hill, and watching those guys be so successful with the organization that we put in and the offense and the defense and the things that we teach. So that's one of the great rewards and treasures that I'll have always from coaching.
With retirement, I imagine one of the things you'll do with your retirement time is keep up with Travis a lot more. Maybe go to some U of H games, get to see more of those games now that you'll have some time.
Absolutely. My wife, instead of stressing on Friday and Saturday, now we'll just be stressing on Saturday. But it's pretty stressful to watch your son out there calling the offense in a Division I program, and we went to the Tulsa game last week, which was tough on Houston, and they go to Marshall this week, and then we're going to be at the Tulane game for their final game of the season. But we're gonna tailgate a lot for our son's ball games. I want to be a better father, and I was at the field house while my kids grew up, so I missed that. So I would like to be there for my grandkids. We've got some great grandkids, and I want to go be a part of their lives as well.